Why do you say that the cellular theory is the best?
Well, I can't say it is the best, it is the current theory that I'm working on, but I have a feeling that it might be more appropriate because we know Shivambu works on the body, we know it works on different areas of the body, we know that the skin conditions improve, we know that internal conditions improve. So maybe cellular theory may be more effective because it works at different parts of the body. And even within the cells, I'm going to talk now about the mitochondria and their importance. So let me just explain that a bit. So at this stage, I feel mitochondria may be the real magical component within the cell that is effective because they are known as the engines or the powerhouses of the body. They provide the power structure within each cell.
Yes.
They are responsible for changing ATP to ADP and thus give energy to the body. They can either do it efficiently and give no toxic waste matter, or they can do it inefficiently and then there is some toxic waste matter. So when ATP is changed to ADP, which is adenosine triphosphate, becomes adenosine diphosphate, the whole body energy cycle is based on this energy. And this energy is generated by the mitochondrial activity only.
Right.
Now, since this is key to energy, and I'll put some correlations further down, so we'll talk about that. In the presence of oxygen, it becomes very efficient, ATP to ADP. In absence of oxygen, it still does the job, but it becomes inefficient. When they do it anaerobically, there is toxic waste matter.
Right.
Obviously, anaerobic energy is not good for the body because we need the energy, but toxic waste matter means the body has to get rid of that somewhere. Such waste matter can accumulate and lead to toxicity and disease over time. We know mitochondria are known as the powerhouse of our body. They live within each cell. They number from tens to thousands depending on which cell it is. We know red blood corpuscles do not have mitochondria. I will repeat, red blood corpuscles are the only cells in the whole body that do not have mitochondria.
Right.
We know mitochondria thrive on oxygen. They are in larger numbers in healthy people. We know these as facts. We also know that they die or reduce in numbers during disease processes. Most allopathic medication has a negative effect on mitochondrial activity. They lead to reduction in numbers, death and deformity of the mitochondria. This is fairly well accepted amongst researchers. It is also known that natural foods foster mitochondrial activity. Some select foods assist mitochondrial growth better. Exercise stimulates mitochondrial growth. Deep breathing stimulates mitochondrial growth. Fasting stimulates mitochondrial growth. Massage stimulates mitochondrial growth. Cold shower stimulates mitochondrial growth. Hot sauna stimulates mitochondrial growth. They are abundant in the growing years when we are young.
Yeah.
They reduce in numbers or disintegrate or deform as we age, which we refer to as the aging process.
Right.
Now, when we look at all these facts known in front of us, it suddenly dawns that correlation to natural therapies, correlation to good healthy habits fosters mitochondria. Negative effects of mitochondrial reduction in numbers leads to aging, and this may explain people who age quicker. They look older because their mitochondrial activity may have reduced. But we'll talk more about that as we go on.
Okay, so you put on the theories like mitochondrial powerhouse of our body is so important and it is so linked with our health.
Correct.
The number of mitochondria define the the aging process of your body,
Correct.
your health. So, what do you think that is the correlation between the Shivambu and the mitochondrial activity?
Okay. I'm presently proposing a hypothesis at the moment. I believe Shivambu stimulates mitochondrial growth in numbers and quality of mitochondrial function. This directly impacts on improving your health immediately, whether it be in energy level spikes, skin feeling cleaner, digestion, appetite improving, easing of pain, positive thinking or wellness experienced by the person, etc. Now these are some of the facts we know from Shivambu. These are also some of the correlated facts that, as I presented the facts about mitochondrial activity earlier, I'm just putting two and two together, and that appears to be a dovetail fit of how Shivambu might be working, and that's why I'm basing my hypothesis on.
Right. So, where to get from here? What is your vision about the Shivambu?
Okay. Now, in clinical practice, we have observed a lot of systemic changes over time ranging from a few days to weeks. And the changes are documented as people who use Shivambu regularly, easing of suffering, bowels move better,
Right.
digestion improves, increased energy levels, a clearer mind and an unfogged mind, improved sleep, people wake up fresher, disease responds positively, diseases are cured, normality is restored, quality of life is improved, medications are reduced as per advice. The other thing we have noticed when we compare it to mitochondrial activity and its effects, increase in mitochondria leads to improved energy creation, better utilization of oxygen to heal the body. Mitochondria start getting rid of toxins. Cellular health returns to normal. Reversal of aging is evident. Now, one of the big things we have noticed is Shivambu practitioners start looking younger. So, reversal of aging, if that is evident with mitochondrial activity increase, maybe that is again dovetailing with Shivambu, but I'm just putting two and two together. Fitness and youthful tendencies occur. Disease disappears as health returns. Since mitochondrial activity increase correlates very closely with reduced suffering, better health, better oxygenation of cells, rejuvenation of the body, and these are the same signs evident in Shivambu use and its effects on the human body. So it only stands to reason that this correlation may explain the working of Shivambu. Shivambu benefits is equal to mitochondrial increase is equal to physiological changes due to mitochondrial increase. Thus we can hypothesize that Shivambu has direct relationship with mitochondrial activity.
So today, so you put lots of things, you put your experiences about Shivambu. You also talk about how it works. How do you think that it works like this?
Correct.
You also put the cellular theory. You
Correct.
also talk about the relation between mitochondria and Shivambu.
Correct.
So, what the new beginnings, or how you think that this hypothesis can be confirmed?
Okay. Alright. Yes, there is a lot more work to be done. This is just the theoretical model I have put forward. Now we need to work on this to confirm that this works correctly. So, this hypothesis will need to be confirmed by testing of mitochondrial numbers. So if you look at, I am a sufferer of arthritis, my mitochondrial activity, if we can measure the mitochondrial numbers and find their X, and then with Shivambu, if my suffering is eased and my quality of life has improved, and if my mitochondrial activity has jumped from X to X plus whatever extra, it may be 1, 2, it may be 2x, it may be 4x, it may be x squared, whatever it is, if it has improved, then the numbers will confirm across spectrum of disease. Yes, that's what's happening. Correlation to health status, like I explained. Health status is linked to disease. Suffering is linked to mitochondrial activity. All these things will become crystal clear suddenly. Symptoms of disease linked to mitochondria. As the mitochondrial activity increases, suffering will ease. As the mitochondrial activity reduces, suffering will start. So if I get a cold, it may be quite evident that mitochondrial activity has dropped, and then once that gets bumped up, my cold disappears. So these are things that can be testable by looking at mitochondrial numbers. If this hypothesis is proved, we shall have a new beginning to health evaluation, health solutions, quality of life, and improved health for all. On this note, let me thank all of you for a patient hearing. We are available for discussion regarding further research and study of the subject. We welcome agencies to consider this as a subject for in-depth research to enable health for all, worldwide social upliftment, happy and healthy living, disease-free world. Our aim is to make the world disease-free.
Wow, that's an amazing session. I'm very thankful that you put so much knowledge in front of all the people, your experiences, your thorough techniques of Shivambu, and also the new beginning, that is the most visionary act you have given amongst the researchers, clinicals, and all the people who are working with the health related sectors. Those we just know mitochondria is a powerhouse, but how it works, I think that's a good hypothesis to work on. Thank you, Mr. Anand. You have given us valuable time and give us the talk on Shivambu. I'm very thankful. Thank you all.